This is a Louis G Sports Take with some very upsetting news coming from Buffalo Bills training camp earlier today. According to Adam Schefter, Bills star linebacker Matt Milano has suffered a torn bicep. This injury happened on Tuesday earlier this week. It was during a bag tackle drill, and he will miss a significant amount of time of the 2024 NFL season. He said that the earliest Milano could make a return is December. However, Sean McDermott said earlier today at a press conference during the Bills' joint practice with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's not even sure if he'll return at all this season. And guys, this is just an absolute gut punch because we were all looking forward to Milano's return after he suffered that season-ending leg fracture against the Jacksonville Jaguars last year. And, now that he has a bicep injury, it's upsetting to know that this return is now going to be delayed even further. And, it's upsetting because Milano's been time and time again, he's been that stud linebacker. And, one thing I want to point out is Dan Mitchell, he made a video about this. I recommend you check out his stuff. He pretty much called Matt Milano Kiko Alonso 2.0, and it's hard to not see that. I mean, I'm not saying Milano is the same thing as Kiko Alonso. He's definitely been better in terms of his playing career. I mean, he has been that stud weak side linebacker that's able to make those athletic plays downfield, able to make those tackles for losses, those interceptions, really be, to me, one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL, but be constantly plagued by the injury bug. We saw this in 2018 when he suffered a broken fibula, in 2020 with a pectoral injury, and 2023 with a leg fracture. It's definitely upsetting to see. I mean, I know that injuries are just part of football, but considering that it's happening over and over and over again with a guy that really been a key part of the Bills' defense doesn't make it any less stressful. And, guys, I know this is like very early, but we just found out earlier today, but at this point now, Bills fans should kind of think about whether or not Milano does have a future with this team. Now, just hear me out. When Tre'Davious White, this whole thing of what's going to be like when he returns, I says, guys, don't be surprised if Tre'Davious White announces his retirement after this season because he suffered a lot of significant injuries himself. He probably might just decide to hang up the cleats, and obviously that didn't happen. The Bills cut him, and he signed with the Rams. And I was telling people, guys, I don't think Tre'Davious White's going to be the same player he was with Buffalo that he'll be with the Rams. And considering where Matt Milano is, he's now 30 years old. He's had these significant injuries. I really just don't know how this whole thing will affect him. I mean, the fact that he was already trying to come back from this leg fracture and ended up suffering a torn bicep in the process, it really makes you wonder how will this affect his confidence, his player mentality. I mean, will he even be the same player he was when he makes his return, or even if he makes his return at all? I mean, we're just going to have to see where he goes with that. In terms of how our defense is going to do, it's all I can say is next man up. I mean, Dorian Williams, the second-year linebacker out of Tulane, let's hope he can fill the spot perfectly. I mean, I have confidence in guys like Terrell Bernard, Greg Rousseau, AJ Epinesa. I like that we extended Rousseau and Epinesa. Ed Oliver's been really good. I'm hoping Von Miller can return to his pre-ACL tear form. I think it's definitely possible. He's had a good training camp so far. And, but I think for the Bills, I feel like we don't have really too much to worry about with terms of defense. I think some of the guys on the front seven can fill those spots up nicely. But again, that just waits to be seen. Milano, I mean, he'll make his return December. At that point now, well, we would have already played guys like Houston, Kansas City, San Francisco, Baltimore. I don't even know where we're going to be at this point, but I feel like no matter where we are, getting Milano back, if we make the playoffs, will be a significant help. I mean, it's going to be hard doing a lot of this season without him, and it'll be it'll be questionable if Matt Milano will even be with the Bills after this season. This has been a Louis G Sports Take. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to comment your thoughts down below, and I will see you next time.